Hey everybody, this is Emperor, coming back to you with another WatchDogs video. This is just general gameplay tips. I have completed the game and seen a lot of the content, and I just thought I'd share some things that I learned along the way with you guys. So, give me a second, I have a list here of things I want to talk about. Okay, so skill points, or skill progression, I guess. I asked myself early on what would be probably the first few skills I would go for. And as you can see, I have most of them unlocked, so I have experienced most of these skills. And I would say one of the very first skills that I would get is in the driving skill tree, and that's the very first point, car unlock. If my memory is correct, I think it's only 1 point. And why I think this skill is important is because any car that's parked, you can open it like it's your car. People will not call the cops on you, etc. Even if it has an alarm, you open it up and hop in, no problem. So that's really nice because you don't want to jump into a car and then have an unneeded chase with the cops, because that just wastes a lot of time. In the hacking tree, on this left side here, a good way to get money early in the game, it was with the ATM hack boost, but more importantly, the profiler optimization. And basically what this does is, as you walk by people, it'll actually auto-highlight people that are either carrying rare crafting components or have a large bank account, which is very nice. Let's see if I can demonstrate that real quick, kind of show how it works.
Oh, come on.
Maybe I'll get lucky here. That was a small one, looking for a big one here. And I'll know because it'll play an audio cue along with highlighting it. It usually doesn't take this long. Maybe I picked a bad part of town to demonstrate this. Oh, okay. See how I'm not looking at that one, but it's highlighted with a blue square on it, and it also kind of made a springy sound when I got close. And let's see, she has a system key, which is, I guess you could say, a rare crafting component. It's used for making blackouts and jam comms, and the only way you can get it is by hacking somebody or finding one laying around. You can't buy them, so those are pretty handy. Anyways, so listen for that little audio cue, because even if you're not facing them, they could be behind you, to your side. You'll hear that kind of springy sound, and just look around to see if you can spot where they are, and you'll get money really, really quick early on in the game this way. Okay. Oh, another thing about ATM hacking, which I wasn't sure about in the beginning of the game, is all the hacks you do add up. You don't have to go to oh, look, see, another one just popped up right through that wall. You don't have to go to the ATM every time you hack somebody. You can hack like 20 people in a row, and see, now I'm getting some. There's a system key. What do we got here? Rich bank account. 4,680. Now we're talking. Anyways, you can hack as many people as you want and just hit the ATM when it's convenient for you. They're marked on your map with a little credit card symbol, and you just walk up, pull out the money that you've collected while you've been running around. So see, I have 22,800 off of that withdrawal. So obviously I've collected quite a few before hitting up the ATM. Okay, a few other skills that I would, oh, wrong button, that I would recommend early on in the game. The disable helicopter, which means you're going to have to get traffic lights, which I do find very useful, by the way, and gates and garages to get to disable helicopter. Helicopters are one of the more problematic things in this game. I've heard from a lot of people that they have problems escaping the police during police chases. This will help you a lot because helicopters can be a bitch sometimes, you know. I don't really have a problem escaping from the cop cars, but the damn helicopters can really be a pain in the ass. While we're talking about escapes, I would say traffic lights is a good one. Gates and garages is kind of situational. I really like blockers, especially if you find a narrow alleyway, because you can really bottleneck them and they can't catch you. So pretty nice. Bridges was alright, and steam pipes was pretty damn good. Me personally, road spikes I didn't use very often. I don't know if it has to do with their placement. Just didn't find them. I had the skill early on, and I don't feel like I used it very much. Anyways, okay. Some other good stuff is the crafted items. Crafted items are actually very, very nice in this game. I didn't use the lure so much, but obviously being able to make your own grenades and the IEDs, very nice, especially if you're a more aggressive player. Those come in handy a lot. I usually go the stealth approach, but there was a few missions where I chunked grenades and IEDs like crazy, and they get the job done, that's for sure. And on the left side, we have jam comms. I usually use those when I'm actually driving to try to escape getting caught, more so than on foot. Same with the blackout. And then the ctOS scan. This is pretty nice. So when you're getting into an area where there's lots of guards, you can kind of see it in the little video down there that it's demonstrating it. It will show all their locations and highlight them like you've spotted them with a camera, so you can see, you know, their patrolling path even on the other side of a wall. You can see where they're walking, which way they're facing, etc. So that's a pretty badass craftable item right there. Let's see, what else do I have? Oh, speaking of consumable items. So if you go to your weapon wheel, you can see your consumable items and you can see what you need to craft them. This one I need an electronics chip and those system keys. And as I said, those system keys, the only way you can get them is by either hacking people or finding them. So those are a little harder to come by. So you want to be real careful. Oh shit! Real careful with how you spin those. Like the ctOS scan there. See, I'm out of system keys now. The other component can be bought at a pawn shop. All your components for your explosives can be bought at a pawn shop, which are marked on the map with it's not gonna let me highlight it. It's that icon under the crime there, that white icon. Let's see if I can find another one that's by itself. Pretty sure there's one up here. Here we go. This one's in Pawnee. That is the pawn shop icon, and they sell 3 items. I think think 2 of them are for electronics and 1's for explosive. I may have that backwards. Anyways, all your explosives can be made with just items from the pawn shop. And so you can go in there, make sure you max out by crafting them all, and then buy more components. That way, if you run out in the field, you can actually craft some on the fly. Like I just did a minute ago with those other items. So, you know, if I use all 8 of my frag grenades, but I'm carrying more components to make them, I can just make more right in the middle of combat. Let's see, what else do I got here? Oh, right. So back to the hacking tree. The reason I recommend these escape tools that are used when you're driving, I find escaping while driving a lot more difficult than person-to-person combat. And what I mean by that is some of these skills like disable reinforcement calls, disrupt enemy comms. These are great skills. Don't think that they're not, but between ground combat on foot and escaping while driving, it's much easier, at least in my opinion, to you know win the gunfights without all these tools. So if you're gonna spend points, I'd spend them in the escaping tools before I'd spend them in the combat tools. Extra battery is obviously very useful. It gives you more battery to spend on your hacking before you run out. It does recharge, but it's a little slow. So having a bigger bar is obviously better. In the combat tree, steady aim is obviously very nice. Your damage resistance here, bullet resistance, and explosives resistance, very nice. And then rapid reload, I like. Increases your reload speed, which is obviously very useful. The demolitionists, I mean, these are okay. Increase the amount of carried explosives. Another increase the amount of carried explosives. The skill at the end, I really like this one, Enforcer Combat Takedown. You run into some heavy soldiers, and they can be a really big pain in the ass to kill, especially if you have a bunch of other guys coming down on you too. And sometimes you can kind of lure them to, like, you know, the corner of wherever your cover is and just melee them to death. And that's a really nice option to have. I used it a lot. The middle tree, where you have quick switch on your weapons switching speed, okay, I guess, but usually I didn't switch weapons a whole lot. And then you have some expert levels of I guess you know your different weapons, like pistol expert, increased fire rate, increased shotgun damage against vehicles. I didn't find that one particularly useful. I did like auto weapons expert a little bit, although the automatic rifle or the assault rifle I prefer is a single shot anyways. So again, not a big deal to me. And then on the left you have your focus tree. Focus is your slow motion, kind of like a Max Payne type deal. Bullet time, whatever you want to call it. You know, I honestly didn't use focus very often. I didn't run into a lot of situations where I felt like I needed it. I mean, it's useful, but that was just, I guess it's more of a personal taste for me. So, you know, I wouldn't prioritize that unless you feel like you're really struggling and that might help you in the gunfights. At least get the first one so you can use focus. I'm pretty sure it only costs 1 point. And, you know, that lets you use the ability. And then the other ones are just boosters for increased duration, time moves slower, another duration. Anyways, let's see. Did I cover everything? I guess we can go back to the driving tree for a minute. These other driving skills, I mean, they were okay, but I didn't find them extremely useful, so I wouldn't prioritize those by any means. I guess I'd say defensive driver and offensive driver were kind of helpful for some of the side content, specifically the convoy missions. But other than that, not a whole lot of use from those. Okay, well, I think that covers the skill trees. So let me move on to... the benefits of having a good reputation in this game. So your actions do impact your reputation, and if you have a positive reputation in this game, it does have some benefits. Aside from just hearing good things about yourself on the radio, how people, are siding with you, public opinion, it actually has some impacts on gameplay. So if you were to carjack somebody, less likely that they will call the cops on you. Just crimes in general, shooting somebody, just things like that where people would normally call the police on you. You actually have a decreased chance of that happening if you have a good public standing. So that's maybe some reason to try to play the good guy in this game. Let's see, what else do we have here? My preferred weapon set. So I like stealthy approaches. So as far as a pistol, I do like the Spec Ops 1911. And then my favorite assault rifle was the ACR. It is a single shot, but it's nice because it's extremely accurate, doesn't have a lot of recoil. I got headshots left and right with this thing. It's a great gun. But it's loud, so it will get you noticed. So I wouldn't pull that out until I'd blown my cover, basically. Also, the Spec Ops Goblin. This is a silenced assault rifle. Not quite as accurate as the ACR, but it's still pretty damn good. But the silencer's the big deal here. It gives you a much better range than the pistol, so that was pretty nice. This weapon does take some work to get. It is, oh shit, I didn't mean to pull it out. It is one you have to earn through some side missions, which are here they are. The weapons trade investigations. I don't remember at what point in the game this happens, but you get some intel on some weapons crates that you can locate throughout the city. And when you get 10 of them, you unlock this gun. It was, they weren't too hard, so I'd say it's well worth it. Another gun that I really like, that was an unlockable, is the Destroyer Sniper Rifle. Only has 2 rounds in it, but it'll shoot through a lot of cover. Like I even shot through a cement block with it. Guy was hiding behind a cement block and it went right through that damn thing and killed him. It is a nasty gun. So if you have a lot of guys in front of you that are ducking down behind something, in most cases this will go right through it and kill them in one shot. So that's a pretty sweet gun. A lot of people are talking about the pile driver shotgun. I do not like this weapon. I mean, it's not bad, but in comparison to the ATSG-12, I think this is by far a superior shotgun, and you just buy it right out of the gun store. It is a bit pricey, but it's well worth it if you like running with a shotgun. I'd say this is my favorite. If you want something a little more explosive, the pump action grenade launcher is not a bad choice. I did have fun with that here and there. So again, that's another gun store purchase. Oh, and so is that ACR assault rifle I like. So most of my favorite weapons you can buy right out of the gun shop, which goes back to the hacking benefits I told you about with the ATM. You can get some good weapons early on in the game by just running down the street and getting lots of money. Let's see if I have anything else on my list here. Oh, yes. So, speaking of hacking, doubtful that I'll find one, but occasionally you'll run into somebody on the street that, oh, it just said bounty expired. What perfect timing. So, you might run into somebody that you can hack their bank account, but it'll say in their details that they're a Bloom agent, and what that means is that they work for the the Bloom security, and when you hack them, they will call the Bloom agency, and they will put a bounty on you. Now this only matters if you're connected online, and what will happen is another player can invade your game while you're free roaming, and basically collect the bounty on you. You can defend against it, obviously, but it'll come out of nowhere just while you're running around playing. I actually liked it, so I didn't mind that too much. You can also stop it. So when you hack the Bloom agent, they will make a phone call, and it gives you a couple seconds to run up to them and actually take their phone. You hit the melee takedown, which for me, I'm on the PlayStation 4, is the circle button. So just run up to them, take their phone, and you will avoid the bounty being placed. So let me look at my list one more time here. I think I've covered most of this list. Yeah, just one more thing. If you have general questions about the game, I didn't use it very often, but there was a few times where I used this DedSec field guide, and it just goes over some of the things in this game. If you have a question about like these QR codes, how they work, or the weapons trade missions, it'll explain things to you. So if you're feeling a little lost on certain things, you might find your answer in here instead of having to fire up your computer and Google it. So kind of a I guess I had another bounty on my head. Somebody's trying to hack me right now. Anyways, I'm not too worried about that. I'm pretty sure that covers everything I was going to talk about. So, I hope that was helpful. One more thing. A lot of people were talking about, driving being difficult in this game. I had a little problems with it at first, but I actually got used to it a few hours into the game. One thing I'd say is find cars that you're comfortable with driving, because there's a big difference between crappy cars and good cars. The nicer cars, sports cars, motorcycles, they're going to handle a lot better than some of the shittier cars. So that might be like this car right here actually handles great. So go for a better car if it's available, and you might find more success with your driving skills. Also, I don't know about the other systems, but on the PS4, I found that just being really kind of subtle on the analog stick, not pushing it too far over, you'll start to learn that these cars, at first they feel really twitchy, but if you just finesse them a little bit, not too bad. Anyways, I think that covers just about everything that I wanted to talk about. So I hope this video was helpful, gives you some ideas on what skills to start with, some strategies for gameplay, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and I will answer them for you. Anyways, I will see you guys next time. Please like, comment, and share if you found this helpful. Your support is always very much appreciated.